All right, so let's do best in show. All right.
Best in show.
So I have a list of one, two, three, four, five. I'm gonna
Okay.
rank them for you from five to one.
All right.
You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You can go. I have six, but I don't have. They're not any in any particular order.
Mine aren't either, but I'm gonna put them in order real
Okay.
quick. All right, so I will put number five is Bill Murray
Okay. I have
for
Bill
the.
Murray.
He just was ridiculous early on. Number four, I would say, was Maya Rudolph.
Okay.
Number three, I'm gonna go with Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman was
Number
really, really good.
number two, Kristen Wiig,
Okay.
and number one, it's the most cliche one you can possibly think of, but he was just gold, especially when he worked with Adam McKay. It was Will Ferrell. Like Will
Okay.
Ferrell is one of the funniest human beings to ever walk this earth. And
Now,
and I loved him on SNL because you got same thing with Kristen Wiig. You got to see him play six characters every single week, and he played a lot of straight characters, like big dumb straight characters,
yeah.
at least once or twice. And those were some of the best roles that he ever played.
Well, his George Bush is hilarious,
Oh, it was perfect.
but it seemed like when they did political humor then it was different. Like now it seems a lot like vicious.
Yeah,
Then it just seemed like well George is just one of the guys and he's
he's
just
just poking
goofy.
fun at him.
Yeah, it wasn't like just poking. Instead now it's like a stab or something.
He's
So Will Ferrell,
cowboying
yeah,
him.
Will Ferrell does the cowbell.
Oh, the cow. He did the cowbell, and then the cheerleaders. Like if you put the cowbell, which is the most over the top crazy character, and then the cheerleader, who's this very insecure, large human being
Yeah,
with tiny little like over the top, secure in herself, Sherry O'Terry. Those two together were
they're
just
funny,
gorgeous.
really
But
funny.
and then he would do so him and Adam McKay would do those 5-to-1s, which were like the last sketch.
Yeah,
And it was always something that got chopped and chopped and chopped and chopped because the show would go too long. So they would end up like cutting weird things out. So they would just do these random things with like him sitting at his like nightclub bar having just this weird conversation with some woman where it's like it didn't make any sense, but you just felt entertained for 5 minutes and you're like, I don't know what happened, but it was fun. So
and he was also Alex Trebek on Jeopardy.
he's so good as Alex Trebek.
So yeah,
Oh,
Will Ferrell, that's a good one. I have him listed, but I didn't have him listed in some of my top. So that was your top.
that's my top five.
Okay, some of the top I have. I'll put them in order as of now. I have Tina Fey on there. I
I was thinking today, her and Amy Poehler might be my favorite Weekend Update people.
Yeah, and didn't they do it together? Did they do it
Hmm.
together? I
Yep.
thought so.
She did it with, then Amy Poehler did it with Seth Meyers. Tina Fey did it with Jimmy Fallon. But
Okay,
then there
Jimmy
was,
Fallon.
so it was like Tina, Jimmy Fallon, then Tina, Amy, then
Okay.
Amy and Seth.
Now I do think Tina Fey is so clever.
She's
She's
so
a
smart.
her writing is, and I think she likes, from what I can tell, she likes to be behind the camera, like or behind the scenes more than in front of the camera. Because if you look at her credits, she's got quite a few acting credits, but she's got a lot of writing credits or producing credits and directing credits.
She started as a writer. I think she was a writer for like 2 or 3 years and then moved on screen.
Okay.
I still think, and I hope that one of these days when Lorne Michaels leaves that show, that she takes over as the executive producer
That would be a good
because
fit.
she's smart. I think it'd be great to have a female in charge of that. And I think she's one of the most clever comedic female minds to ever
I do
walk the
too.
earth.
I do too. I The next one might be a little cliched as well, but he always made me laugh, even in some of his movies. Not some of his later movies, but the earlier movies. Is Adam Sandler.
Oh, so
I
good.
liked when he did, and I always thought Jimmy Fallon was trying to be Adam Sandler. I don't early on. because he would
Yeah,
always get on there and try to do those songs like Adam Sandler did.
he
I
was a
mean, I
big
like Jimmy
fan.
Fallon, but
Yeah.
Adam Sandler had a lot of things. He had the songs. He had what Canteen Boy,
Oh
and then
gosh.
he was in like he was in this one ad. I think it was him and Farley, where it's like an ad for like a beer commercial or something, but they're gay,
Oh,
and
what
it's
is
like
it?
by a swimming pool. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, what's the commercial? I'm gonna remember the commercial as soon as we finish this call.
So, but
Oh,
he was one, and then also
yeah,
I
no, that was
thought
so good.
I had Bill Murray on there, as you did. Eddie Murphy. I've went back and I've watched a lot of Eddie Murphy stuff.
Him and Joe
James Brown.
Piscopo,
Yeah, exactly. He did that. He did the
the
Gumby.
hairdresser.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
Mr.
good.
Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood.
Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. And then he did Buckwheat. So
Oh
there was a
yeah.
lot of he was, and I don't from doing research. I'm sure SNL would have survived, but I think Eddie Murphy did bring it back from death's door at one point. It's weird if you like SNL's on Hulu, but if you go in there and look, only like the first couple seasons are there, and then like the last 10 or 12, the middle seasons, a lot of like maybe from like 2003 on, but like a lot of the 90s episodes not on there, and that always bothered me. They
Have you ever read the book, the Saturday Night Live book?
No, I haven't.
I listened to it on my way driving to Chicago one time from it's a 10-hour book and it took up the whole trip.
Okay,
But it talks about, so Lauren left after 5 seasons,
right.
and that's when Eddie Murphy came in. So Eddie Murphy pretty much kept it alive
Okay,
while Lauren Michaels was gone. And then as soon as Eddie Murphy left, it started to drop a little bit, and then Lauren came back. But that's one
okay,
of the reasons why another reason why Eddie never really had much to do with SNL, because he had no connection to Lauren Michaels
that's
because Lauren
true.
Michaels didn't hire him.